Some things are hard to believe. This man's wife tried to take his life over a common device that many of you might be using right now to watch this video. I kid you not. One night, while they were asleep, his wife took his phone, left the house, locked him inside, and set the house on fire. The man managed to survive, but you can see his head got burned and even his hands. You might guess it was about jealousy or privacy issues, but the real reason is surprising, and you'll be shocked when you hear his whole story. How can someone try to end the life of the person they promised to love forever? Was there something special stored in that smartphone? To find out, I traveled a long way to Dar es Salaam, in a city of over 8 million people. Finding him was hard, but I finally did. My name is Johnson. I am 27 years old, and I live in Dar es Salaam. I have a wife and a child, but I don't live with them because of what my wife did. Despite the hardships of his today's life, he wasn't also born into a rich family and life was hard. He grew up just like other kids, but couldn't get much education. This made him learn about tough life early on. When he got older, he felt it was time to start his own family, and he took the first step toward that journey. In my life, I went through a lot of hard times. Then I met a girl named Wema, and she became my wife. Before we got married, she used to show me a lot of love. I could really feel it. She cared a lot about me, and in everything she did, she proved she wouldn't let me down. Later, we started living together as husband and wife in a small house I built in my village. We were happy together even though we were not rich. They were happy and got along well, even without much money, because they really loved each other. Then, Johnson realized he needed to work hard for his family. So, he went to the city to look for a job. After he started making some money, he would send some back to his family in the village. It was tough living away from my wife and kid, but I managed to make some money. Soon, my wife wanted to start her own small business, so I helped her out. I was working as a griller at that time. Her business did well and she started making her own money, which really helped us. Later, she asked for more money to grow her business. Even though I hadn't much, but I managed to support her in all the way. We both worked hard and it paid off. But what surprised me was that my wife began to love money too much. She was never satisfied with what she had, always wanting more. Normally, when someone goes to a new place, meets new people, and starts doing new things, they might act differently than before. But for his wife, she changed very quickly and a lot. As time went on, I was really surprised when my wife asked me for money again. But this time she wanted so much money that I couldn't afford it because she wanted to buy a very expensive smartphone. She did things that worried me a lot, showing she was changing. For instance, once she complained about problems at home. I didn't have much money but managed to send her $3,000. Instead of being thankful, she insulted me badly and even messaged me saying I wasn't a real man. After that, she didn't talk to me for 5 days. I loved her a lot, so I tried everything to fix our issues. I kept working as usual. Since I was working in the city, I saved some money to buy a smartphone to help with my work, especially because I needed it to serve my clients better through social media, as many people in the city do. This was all for my family. But when I finally got home, my wife just took my new phone and started using it herself. The man thought it was just a small thing, but the telephone he had brought into the house was going to lead to events and changes that would impact his future in ways he couldn't have imagined. I thought everything was okay, but there was a time when my wife wouldn't let me use the phone. I always told her to wait a little so I could save up and buy her the nice phone she wanted, but she just wouldn't listen to me. I was shocked when she even tried to steal it, and when she couldn't, she did something very scary and dangerous. One night while I was asleep, she took my phone, left with the child, and locked me inside the house. Our house was made of hay and wood. She then set the house on fire with me inside. I woke up feeling the heat of the flames. I first thought she had gone to the bathroom, but it turned out she wanted to burn the house down with me in it, all to take my phone. I was badly burned. But then I remembered there was a tiny window in the house. I broke through it and managed to escape. That's how I survived. If you look at his head, you can see serious burns, and his hands were also badly hurt. This all happened in the middle of the night, so it was hard for him to find anyone to help him. Luckily, he managed to protect himself and escape, but he got a lot of burns. The woman who did this thought her plan had worked. I never imagined my wife would do such a thing just because I couldn't buy her an expensive phone, especially when she knew how much money we had. But I always believe everything happens for a reason, as part of God's plan. Maybe this was something my wife felt she had to do to me. I'm grateful to everyone who helped me and to God because I might not have survived. After what my wife did, we haven't seen each other again. She might think I died, but God didn't let that happen. It's shocking that a woman would try to hurt her husband just over something like a smartphone. With support from friends and family, the man got better and went back to work. However, he felt very sad because his wife left him instead of staying to help build their family together. Many people, even some from my wife's family, helped me get medical care. After I got better, I moved to the capital city to look for work because things had gotten so bad at home, especially because of my wife that I couldn't continue with my old job. I even sold my goat to afford the trip to the city. Life in Dar es Salaam was very tough. I ended up looking for any job I could find, and luckily got a job digging graves in a cemetery. I started working there, but it took a lot of hard work and giving up many things before I could save enough money to go back to my previous job. He worked very hard in a tough situation, but he managed to get back to his work, and that's why we see him here today. Now, he's back to cooking street food and grilling meat, which has helped him get his life back on track. But the way his wife treated him has left him feeling mentally hurt. He's still scared to think about marrying someone else. Right now, I don't have or want a girlfriend because the person I trusted the most and gave my everything to tried to hurt me over something small. But destiny is something no one can avoid. If I ever start to feel ready to love and think about marrying again, I won't rush into it. I'll make sure to really understand the person I might spend my life with. I want to know everything about her, her strengths, her weaknesses, what she dislikes, and what she likes. I'll be much more cautious this time. Before, I focused too much on my feelings and not enough on getting to know her truly. To be honest, even if she came back now and said sorry, wanting to start over, I wouldn't do it. People's habits are hard to change. I might end up in an even worse situation than before if I took her back. If she could try to harm me over something as small as a phone, what might happen if I had more to lose, like a nice house? No, I don't think I'd be safe. I can forgive her, but that doesn't mean I'd live with her again. His main aim now is to work hard and stay away from anything that might lead him back to someone who could let him down again. He wants to share this lesson with everyone, whether they are single or married. I learned a huge lesson in my life, so big that I hope no one else has to experience what I did. My advice to everyone is to not let emotions make all your decisions when picking a partner. Your choice of a husband or wife can either make your life much better or lead to very bad outcomes. His story shows us that people can change and sometimes not for the better, so it's crucial to make sure you and your partner are truly compatible and share the same values. Just using only your feelings to decide isn't enough. Thanks for watching. I am Jordan Sullivan, and this is Afrimax English. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our new stories.